Now, whilst I generally think my photography has improved over the years, there are certain aspects of it which have become poorer due to lack of experience, practice and use, as is the case with everything. Now, to illustrate this point, I want to go through some shots from a recent outing to my local STEAM fair, which is held annually in the village, and compare it with some of the shots I've taken in previous years at the same location. So let's crack on with this. Now, the STEAM fair itself is a great day out. There's traction engines, cars, etc. And I thought I'd get into the swing of things first by shooting something quite simple, straightforward, and put a bit of my spin on it. Yeah, it's just a sign, it's just black and white. A few years ago, however, I was shooting this sort of stuff, and I think that's got a little bit more creativity. It makes you wonder a bit more what it is. It's actually a military jeep. Now, I tend to just wander around quite freely when I go to this event. I haven't got any preconceived ideas. I was just carrying a simple digital camera with a few lenses on the day. But I decided quite early on that it had to be black and white. Now, I have shot here in colour before, but I switched the camera over to black and white on the LCD and decided I would stick with that for the whole day. But I was a little bit, I don't know, a bit mixed feelings about what to shoot. And that can be death for me because I'm rubbish once I get distracted. Tractor racing, pulling, is great fun, very noisy. Environmentalists cover your eyes. But the real thing I wanted to shoot was the people and some of the intricate details on these magnificent machines. Now, this sort of detail here is what I was after. Now, this just doesn't do it for me. This was one of my earlier attempts on the day, and it's got poor composition. So I thought I'd try shooting one of the local characters. Again, it's a bit clumsy, isn't it? Whereas a few years ago I shot this, and I love the way I've captured the water droplet coming out of the pipe there. A little bit more thought gone into that one. Now, I do like the miniature steam engines, the miniature tractor engines that are here. And I probably got the best shot of the day of this guy lovingly working on his little engine there. I mean, I just love his expression. I like the fact there's some steam coming off it. You can really almost feel the grease and the dirt and the grime. That's the sort of thing I came for. But a few years ago, actually it's about 2010, I think I got a far better shot, a far stronger composition with this, probably 3 generations looking at this tiny little traction engine and sort of wondering over it. I do like the humour in that. These machines are marvellous, but this shot isn't. I took a load and this is the best, believe it or not. It doesn't have any atmosphere at all, whereas a few years back I was shooting in with film and I made this lith print. Now that to me has got the texture of the Victorian steam written all over it. That's far more how I felt about the day. Now, wandering around is a lot easier than shooting landscapes because everywhere you turn there's something interesting to shoot. These fantastic old milking machines and awful looking implements. And I did think to myself, I need to get in a bit closer and shoot some of the smaller details, some of the tools in this case. And I got a pile of spanners here. Now, whilst I don't mind it, and I do like the way that the brightness is in the centre, this one I took many years ago, again on film, to me has a lot more going for it. There's a lovely split. It actually is one photograph. It looks like 2 joined together. I've got the oil cans at the top and some coal at the bottom, and I love the way it sits. It would make a great poster. And again, I was actually swapping lenses a lot, I'll be honest. I was struggling for inspiration despite being surrounded by all this. I think part of the problem is there's a lot of people there, and I'm not used to photographing with a lot of people around. Certainly wouldn't do any commentary in a situation like this, and half the time as well you're enjoying looking at the amazing machines from yesteryear, the tremendous technology. Now this is one of the shots I hope to get a bit more out of. I got a couple chatting here over their traction engine, and there's an interaction going on, and I thought it was okay until I brought up one of my earlier shots from years ago taken with a 6x6 film camera, and this is vastly superior. I mean, there's 2 groups of guys chatting away, and you can really feel the interaction between them and the sort of love for the machinery. The composition is just so much better. Now I tried to get some of the car shots as well, which were very closely located to the main traction engines, and I was trying all sorts of different angles, but I was frustrated most of the morning really. I just wasn't finding that groove. I got this guy here, looking at this beautiful traction engine, but cute. But it didn't really do much for me. And this couple coming up in this shot, they're again nice, but look at the cluttered background, look at that railing and that caravan in there. So I tried a high angle shot. Now I did realise that the high angle stuff is far too cluttered, far too cluttered, and I'm better served with shooting low, which I'll show you in a minute, and excluding a lot of that extraneous detail is just not necessary for the shots at all. Problem is, with so many beautiful old vehicles surrounded by modern vehicles and modern accoutrements and people, it just sort of doesn't feel right. You have to try and isolate things and cut out the new, if you like, or photograph people and make the most of their expressions and their interactions with their amazing machines. I mean, how cool would it be to ride on one of those as a kid? I'd have loved it. But I did have a bit of a moment when I realised that I would have to probably back away from some of the cliched shots I was thinking I was going to shoot. And this comes down to the fact that I haven't been to the location on this for 6 years. So I started to crop in a little bit and get a bit more detail, cut out that background, as I said earlier. This is the sort of thing I could be shooting and I should be shooting. They're trying to get the guy here, but I was very self-conscious and he was looking at me and I felt really like I was intruding on him. So that got the, super cute. That got the better of me again. So I thought it's time for a change. And I switched over to my infrared camera, Micro Four Thirds again, a couple of lenses on the thing, giving me a completely different aspect, a different view of things. I mean, look at the different view, it's fantastic. And I tried getting in close and getting some reflections on these lovely chrome motorbike tanks, but this is weak. It doesn't tell you much really. It's a bit clumsy, whereas I prefer an earlier shot from about 12 years ago, which has got a bit more humour in it. And again, it's a lith print, so it's a bit more age appropriate to the scene I was shooting. And again, I shot these two guys mindful of a shot I'd taken about 8-9 years ago, thinking I'd recaptured some of the magic of that one, but this one here is vastly superior. The position of the two guys, the shine on their old Morris Minor, the car, and the textures in that 6x6 black and white image just knocked the other one into a cocked hat. So getting down low with the infrared camera and shooting up gave me the powerful skies, and I rather like this one. But then again, I think I did better with this lith print years ago. This is much stronger. Look at that circular headlight and that wonderful, the Jaguar prancing there. It's much bolder and much stronger composition. So wandering around, repeating the shots I'd taken earlier and walking around the same parts of the show gave me more and more opportunities to shoot. And again, this is a very simple, very graphic image. Very simple. It couldn't be simpler. And I do like that sort of shot of working around these old army vehicles and jeeps and trucks and the like. I don't know. I thought this worked at the time, but the more I look at it now, the more it's a little bit nothing. But there were some very interesting vehicles here with lots of chrome on them. Now I've got infrared, and chrome and infrared were made for each other. Now look at these wheel nuts. So I got down very low, and again, this is very strong because the camera's actually on the grass. The camera is on the ground pointing up, and I've got that wonderful angle. There's motion in the shots. It works for me. So I did spend a little bit more time around these vehicles, but surprise, surprise, I didn't get anything better. I got this one, which is quite nice, and it's a little bit abstract, but it's not as good as the other one. But I do like the flow of it, and the paintwork's beautiful. Now, these guys, again, having a fantastic time with their old traction engines. You see them every single time you go. I mean, at one point, there's not going to be things like this left, I suppose, but look at that. That's a weak shot. That is a weak shot. That's just a traction engine moving through a crowd of people. But this is more like it. Again, taken with a 300mm lens years ago, compressing that perspective, getting a real feel for the size, the power, the strength of these vehicles. I did persevere, but I'll be honest now, I was running on fumes. I was starting to think, look at this again. That's just a snap. That's awful. And I thought to myself, I'll work back towards the traction engines. If anything, they'll probably work again with that low angle shot, the way I was working it with the truck earlier, and I thought I'd get in amongst them, get down in amongst them, and again, cool. Imagine being that kid driving that. I just love that. And I was thinking maybe give it another hour or so, but once I lose enthusiasm, I lose it big style. It just disappears from me. So I shot this. Nothing shot. Didn't really work, and I sort of messed about with another one, wide angle, pointing up in the sky. But it is a little bit cliched. Now, I far prefer this one I took about 10 years ago with the 6x6 camera. Got a dog, got 3 traction engines. I absolutely love it. So if there's a lesson to be learned there, it's you can't go out and just shoot willy-nilly and expect to get great shots. I'm not saying anything I've got there is great, but the earlier stuff was definitely stronger. And that's because I used to go every single year. I used to take a simpler camera as well. I'd either take a 35mm film camera with a couple of lenses, or I'd just go with a 6x6 folder, and I was getting better shots with a 6x6 folder. So who'd have thought? You go with modern digital technology, you've got all that clever zoom lenses and stabilization and even infrared, and they're weaker shots. And that's because my eye wasn't in. I'd lost my vision, if you like, for scenes like that because I'd concentrated on landscape. So takeaway for today is you can't expect to be good at something unless you practice it constantly and consistently. So thanks for coming along, and maybe again next year they'll be a little bit stronger. So see you again soon.